new home of your Livonia Public Library. Today, you bear witness to the celebration of the grand opening of your new library. My name is May Sharman, and I am president of the Library Board of Trustees here in Livonia. I'm going to keep my speech very short today so we can open the doors and have you see your new library. Today we celebrate the grand opening of our 7,400 square foot library. The idea of a public library began in 1917. You can see the sign. It's been 100 years. And look how far we've come. Improving the infrastructure, enhancing our collections and technology to ensure that we are accessible to all of our citizens. And we are so thankful to all of you. It has been very busy every step of the way. Community support through private donations on state and local levels, reconstruction grants, donated materials, free professional labor, and all the volunteer hours has conservatively exceeded $700,000. We would like to thank Eric Goff, our town supervisor, Angela Grouse, our library liaison from the town board, you can hold it for a second. This is a long list. Town board members, Cal Lathan, the village mayor and village board, Tim Wall and volunteers refinishing the woodwork in the library, Todd Kozakowski from Bernhardt Remodeling, donating materials and labor for the alcove, volunteers shelving books, Ellen Hannafin and Connie Genduso for their expertise in the library plantings around the library, Al Room for his guidance in plantings, as well as a beautiful reading garden, Peter Wayner, our project manager. He's put up with a lot. He's put up with a lot, but it's been wonderful, Peter, and thank you. John Lefroy and his company, Library Board of Trustees, library staff, and of course, very special, a key member of this project. Frank Sykes. Today is the culmination of an idea, or you may actually say a dream, to have an education facility to everyone of all ages and the latest technology. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Jim Culbertson. Jim is Senator Young's representative. Senator Young has a very busy and filled schedule, but she did not want this recognition of our library that she has supported throughout its course to go without a word from her. Jim?
Okay, thank you. The word from Senator Young will be in the form of a proclamation, which I'll read. Congratulating the Livonia Public Library upon the occasion of its 100th anniversary, whereas it is the sense of this New York State Senator to recognize those organizations and businesses of this great Empire State who make significant contributions to their communities. And whereas attendant to such concern, this member of the New York State Senate is justly proud to honor and congratulate the Livonia Public Library upon its occasion of its 100th anniversary. And whereas the Livonia Public Library began with the Campfire Girls, who offered $25 towards the library, a fund drive was started, and the first board of 5 trustees was created by the Board of Education. And whereas the Livonia Public Library was chartered in 1917 and was housed on Main Street in 2 rooms of the Pyatt House, as population and circulation increased, it became apparent the library required its own building. In 1920, the house and lot on the corner of Main and Washington were purchased. And whereas Dr. Thurlow G. Patterson, a native of Geneva, Switzerland, and a great friend of one of the original library trustees, donated to the town a new library building as a memorial to his parents, James and Laura Patterson, thus the Livonia Public Library Patterson Memorial. And whereas in 1952, the Livonia Public Library was rechartered as a town tax facility to serve the community as an educational and cultural center providing free access to a variety of informational and technology services. And whereas the Livonia Public Library currently has 9 trustees, over 4,000 registered patrons, and is part of the Pioneer Library System, which encompasses 5 counties serving 42 libraries, and whereas the positive and profound impact the Livonia Public Library has had on the region over the last 100 years is outstanding. It is through their efforts that many have received all of their tools and educational resources necessary to be successful. And whereas observing that special recognition should be given to those organizations and businesses that work for the betterment of their communities and should be acknowledged publicly for the good works they do for their families, neighbors of the area. Now therefore, by this proclamation, Senator Catherine M. Young congratulates the Livonia Public Library upon the occasion of its 100th anniversary, and a copy of this proclamation, suitably engrossed, should be transmitted to the Livonia Public Library. Catherine M. Young.
Now, a few words from our town supervisor, Eric Gott, who has supported this endeavor along with the town council, especially Angela Grouse, the library's liaison to the town, whose participation and support has been invaluable. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Eric?
Good afternoon. This is a super exciting day for the town of Livonia. As most of you probably are aware, this project has been talked about and dreamt of for some 35 years. The Livonia Public Library, I'm proud to say, continues to see major increases in circulation, in fact being the biggest in the area as far as circulation goes. Many people asked, in today's day and age, why would we want to put a library edition on? Because of the internet, books on computer, things like that. Well, this is more than just a library, folks. This is a media center. This is a community center for our community to use. Take a look at the children in the group today. There's a children's area in here that is second to none anywhere, and I can't wait for them to get in there and see it and enjoy it. I have several thank yous that I need to make. The first one is to the Livonia Town Board and the town board prior to this. I talked to Tim Wall last night, and he and Maureen Reynolds were on that board. They started a library reserve back in the early 2000s to see this project through. We continued that with the support of the current town board, and here we are today. We knew that we had a budget figure that we needed to stay within. We can only afford so much. We continue to lower taxes in this community because the folks in this town just can't afford anymore. But we knew that this project needed to be completed. The Library Board of Trustees, I need to thank them, all of them. Thank you for your patience. This project has been a long time coming. It's been a long time in planning, and it's been a dream of all of ours for many years. We continued with the need of the town hall. That stepped ahead of this. We had an issue that we needed to replace the town hall and add on. But the Library Board of Trustees stayed patient, and we promised them this would be a reality someday, and today it is. I'd like to thank the Village Board and Mayor Cal Lathan. When the dollars were tight, they stepped up more than we could have ever imagined. They stepped up with dollars, they stepped up with manpower, and we can't thank them enough for what they've done to make this a reality. This is a true community event, a true community center, and we appreciate their help. The building committee sat many hours with Peter going over designs, changing design, because again, remember folks, we only had so many dollars to work with. We were quick to run out of money, and we continued to change the project, and this is what we have today. And I know when you walk through those doors, you're going to be equally as excited as I was the first time I saw it completed. The fundraising committee, thank you so much, Pat Gunther and your committee. We sat down in the basement prior to this project even kicking off, and it became a reality check. It became apparent that this project may not happen. It was the difference of 1 minute between the point where this project was going to move forward and not move forward. Peter was there, Mr. Pastro was there because of the genuine support of the pastoral folks and Pat Gunther picking her head up and saying, you know what? Why don't I just fire up the fundraising committee again and we'll raise those additional dollars, and that's exactly what they did. Pat, thank you so much. I'm proud to be here today, and I'm proud of the support that we've received in the community. I would like to congratulate the town of Livonia and all the people that I just mentioned. Welcome to your new library, folks.
Would like to say a few words also. Come on up, pal.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being here and not getting a chance to chat for a few seconds. I think Eric said it well. From my standpoint, this was absolutely a unique experience, and I think Eric talked about the finances and the funding, and I think that was always a challenge. But I think what we are witnessing today, at least exterior and very shortly interior, and I'm only going to mention 3 names, because if I mention more than that, I will be in trouble. It's clear that Peter Weiner and John Lefroy and Frank Sykes formed a team. We met weekly, and I'm in that we. We met weekly, Thursday mornings at 8:30. Whether you wanted it or not. I said to Peter today, I'm going to miss those meetings, and I see John back there. I mean, we could talk about fishing in Florida when we got together. The meetings were absolutely at the graduate level. The meeting was chaired by Peter. John Lefroy was always there, and Frank was always there. Immediately, issues that had occurred the week before were reviewed. Were there any problems? Half a dozen subcontractors sitting around, all who wanted the same space. Early on, we sat at the same table that Eric and the finance committee sat at. By the time the 30-plus weeks, and that's how long we met, by the time the 30-plus weeks were almost over, any place in the building where there was a barrel turned upside down or a workman's bench became our home, right? Were we standing? Sure. Because I have difficulty standing for long periods of time, he always made sure I had a chair. Oh, good, get him down. The conversation was always collaborative. It was always positive. There were no finger pointing. Nobody was playing one-upsmanship. John Lefroy spoke. Peter, again, chairing. Frank always spoke. Every subcontractor that was there spoke. And if an issue occurred, when the meeting was over, 2 or 3 people would adjourn and go to that spot and look it over. Maybe 3 subcontractors wanted the same small space. How are we going to work that out? They did it in the most amazing fashion. After about the 5th week for me, I realized that I was enrolled in a not-for-credit project management course. I seldomly had input, but I was there because it was such a wonderful learning experience to watch different trades work together and share the same passion that this team had. Within a matter of a month or 2, it became obvious that Frank Sykes was the CEO and the go-to guy during the week. That didn't happen instantly, but it happened because he was here and because he had a love affair with the project. I wish I had better words to tell you how much praise I want to give those 3 men. It is a great asset to our community, and I'm so happy that it's still in our village, all right? We have not abandoned the library. So Frank and John and Peter, congratulations. I appreciate your work.